So I want to see a show of hands to know if you knew exactly what you wanted to do with your life when you were 20 years old. All right, great. Me neither. But even though I don't know exactly what I want to do with my life, I've learned this semester that I can tell you the exact moment when I realize what I want to take from this experience and put on with my life. I'll never forget the first day I went to the Playworks office. Just like any first day, you're nervous, you don't really know what to expect, kind of the whole Shazam. And so I walked into the office, and I was standing in the doorway, and the first thing I noticed is that my coworkers were playing games. And this definitely threw me off because like any job I'd ever had before, I never got to play. But coming into this, I knew that Playworks was going to be different. After standing there in the doorway, my coworkers saw me, noticed me, and invited me in and said, "Great, you're here, perfect timing. We're about to play a group game in your honor." After playing a few games of Watch Your Back Tag and Foursquare, not only did I realize in this moment how important play was for me, but how important play was for everybody in the office. After those games finished, I really hoped that that wouldn't have been the last time that we were going to play. Little did I know this was just another day in the office. Playworks works to improve the health and well-being of children by increasing opportunities for physical activity and safe, meaningful play. That means that everybody at Playworks must like to play. Regardless of your age, your gender, it's kind of important. It's almost as if it's a requirement. After that day, I remembered thinking about how great it would be if everybody else got to play at work. Not just everybody at Playworks, but everybody everywhere. I didn't think it was fair that only the people that work at Playworks got to play. Little did I know that Playworks had already thought this through. We have something called corporate play days. Through our corporate play days, our corporate sponsors and partners get to come, take their time out of their day, and play at a local elementary school that we partner with, and get to play with recess and enjoy the time spent with the kids. So I want you to take a moment and picture 20 corporate workers coming to an elementary school at the Mattahan Elementary School in Mattapan. All right? They're standing there in this gym with 30 first graders running in and screaming, and the looks on their faces were like in shock. They looked like they were terrified. After the coach had them sit down, because they sit down in their lines and wait until they're all seated quietly to go play their games, all of the group of people were standing there, still scared, nervous, they didn't really know what to do, while these little bright eyes are staring up to them, and you could hear the murmurs, "Oh my God, we're gonna play today." As soon as the coach gave his magic words, the room turned into pure chaos. Kids were screaming, balls were being thrown around the room, and the looks on the faces, I felt really bad for all of our volunteers. So I did what any nice person would do. I went over to a group of children, and I asked them if they could help me, because our volunteers were still standing together. They didn't really know how to get started. And I asked them to come teach our volunteers how to play, because even though they were adults, they probably forgot how. After about 5 minutes, I looked around the room, and everybody was playing. The adults were playing tag with the kids. The adults were running and red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. It was a pretty great experience. And even though everyone was playing and I wasn't able to play, the feeling that I got from seeing the smiles on everybody's faces and hearing the laughter from both the adults and the children was enough to make me leave with a smile on my face. It was through these experiences, not just for myself, from watching these adults, but from being able to experience how impactful play has been on everybody. Before the semester and before Playworks, I was busy trying to juggle my life between work and school. I didn't really have much time for play. Although through this experience and with Playworks, I realized that I was more energized and engaged because of the impact the play had on my life. Not only was I able to have more time to play, but I got to play at work, which I personally think is pretty fun and amazing. All right, that being said, my call to you is try to make sure that even though your life might be busy and you might not have time, try to take the power of play with you wherever you go. Because even though I don't know exactly what I want to do with my life, I know that whatever I do, wherever I go, and whoever I meet, the importance of play will always be with me.